It's good, but it's also it's sad a little bit, right? Everybody's time comes to an end, and I don't think you ever meet a professional athlete that truly wants to walk away. But you have to understand that there's a time for everything, And at 41 years old, I get to fight for the heavyweight championship of the world, and I couldn't have imagined going out with a better, in a better situation and becoming the champion again. So it's it's bittersweet, but I think when you start thinking negative is when you become overwhelmed with sadness. I look forward to the next chapter, which I believe is going to be just as big as this one.
Conor McGregor retires all the time and comes back all the time. So is this definitely it for you?
Yeah, this will be it for me. I'm not one of those guys that wants to go and come, go and come, go and come. At 31 years old, Connor can do that. You can't do that when you're in your 40s now. You make a decision and you stand firm with it.
What do you think you're going to miss the most about this life that you've had now for so long?
It's when you walk through the curtain and there are 20,000 people in the arena just yelling and screaming and going crazy. That energy is something that you will never be able to recreate no matter what you do with the rest of your life. But I will miss that energy of being a fighter, the fight weeks, the build-ups, all these things that you take for granted while you're in it. You miss it whenever you're done.
How much time have you given in the last few years to what your last fight is going to be like and feel like?
Let me tell you something. I may have played out 1,000 scenarios. This was not one of them. Being in the midst of a pandemic with no fans fighting in the UFC Apex in a 25-foot cage, that was the one thing I could have never imagined. I will not be able to bask in the adulation from the fans. And that's okay, because I've had that for 24 fights. I've been able to compete in front of people. This time I go do it with my army, with the soldiers that I'm going to war with, my coaches, and we go and capture another championship.
So this will be the final fight in a trilogy with Stipe. Obviously, you know him very, very well. Based on what has gone before, what are you expecting this time around?
I think that he's going to come out and try to implement some of the same things that he did in the second fight that were successful for him. But I do anticipate some changes. Nobody tries to approach two fights in the same way. So I expect him to change some things up, but I expect a hungry, strong, refreshed Stipe Miocic in the octagon on Saturday night.
How often do you think about the way the second fight was going? Because you were looking good, right? And then it didn't end in your favor. Do you have any regrets about that?
I do. I think we regret a lot of things in life, and I regret not being more prepared for the fight, for the long fight. I regret not keeping my hands up and fighting smart. I regret going away from the game plan that my coaches set us in front of me. I was winning the fight, and it gives me confidence going into the third one.